And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another XP Boost. My name is Pike. I am your guide here in all things gaming related to help you feel better about your life and improve not only your way you game, but the way you interact with gaming. Today's topic is a bit of a fun one. I thought I'd try something a little bit different and sort of change up the style of the video a little bit for you. But today is 5 tips to overcoming tilt and staying calm under pressure. I think overcoming tilt and staying composed is such a unique topic where they both fit very hand in hand. So I wanted to sort of give you 5 good tips that I try to use on a daily basis whenever I'm playing games and whenever I feel those angry frustrations lurking back up. So let's just jump straight into number 1, which is spot the early signs. I think this is one of those big things that awareness is so key. You're so hyper-focused on the game. You're trying to get through all these things, trying to focus on what's next, what's just happened, what can I do next in these games. And again, we're using League as the main example. I think you need to be able to spot the signs. If you're seeing people in chat and they're typing nonsense and you're just seeing this and you're getting upset by it, that's your first warning sign. Another warning sign I think is not so much game related, but a big one is how you actually hold yourself. If you notice like the physical cues, like you're tense in the shoulders, you're breathing quite rapidly too, you really need to identify that, because that's your body entering fight or flight mode. And if you're in fight or flight, you're actually not going to be playing at your most highest cognitive function, because that is like the primordial part of your brain. That's your lizard brain that's actually saying, oh, we're in danger. We need to either run or we need to fight. And you can never play coherently under those situations. I don't think anyone could really be under that as well. So I think the big part there is identifying the little signs. And a great way to sort of help with this though is to create a checklist of tilt cues. And you keep it near your setup. So I think if you have like a list on the side of your computer, maybe you've got a little notepad inside your computer as well, and it's just got a little list of things that you notice happen when you get tilted. Maybe that's your mental starts to go. You start to get frustrated by more things. You do get tense in your body. But also at the same time, you're looking at things that are happening in game, and then you look at those controllables. You look at the things that you can't actually have any change over, or influence is probably a better word. So you're going, okay, what's the next step? What's the next step? Oh no, you're getting all frustrated. Okay, stop. Take it slow. Calm down. Reset your brain. And I think that leads us perfectly onto step number 2 of the 5 tips to overcoming tilt is breathe to control tilt. I think there's one thing, especially in meditation, right? Meditation is this big thing that I would highly endorse, and I might do a video on meditation in the future, even like a quick one you can do in between games to help you mentally reset. But if you can learn to breathe properly, to control how your body reacts, you can get better control over your mind. Now, a big breathing exercise that I'm going to try and do tonight as well on this stream, but at the same time that I'm going to try and do throughout everything, is the box breathing. If you haven't heard of this, let me explain it for you really quick. So the box breathing is 4 seconds per sort of little cycle. So it's 4 seconds inhale, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. So it's the 4, 4, 4, 4 cycle. And repeat that. So if you can learn to breathe through your nose, hold, out through your mouth, hold, you will actually start to change the physiology in your body. So this breathing is designed to help you. Now, if you want more breathing guides as well, I'm going to link maybe some other good videos that I've used before. I'm going to link a book that I've read as well on breathing techniques. Highly recommend, because if you do not control your breath, the breath is controlling you and your body is no longer in control. So that is going to be the absolute biggest one. Now, a big action for that as well is you can set a timer to practice box breathing or just other breathing exercises for 2 minutes before your next session. So I think before you get into a game, practice this breathing, just to sort of good, long, deep breaths. Take it into the abdomen and then be able to exhale properly, getting that good oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. It will really reset your brain and will get you into a really strong mental space to be able to get into those next games and get some good wins. So that's going to take us to step number 3, which is going to be, you need to learn to step away momentarily. If you're tilted, if you actually find yourself getting really frustrated after a game, you're like, man, I don't want to do this, you need to take a break. Straight up, just take a break. Go for a 2-3 minute walk, get outside, get away from the computer, stretch, go have a drink of water, maybe have a small snack. Small little like breaks that you can take are so big. It's why they always say, especially when you work like a 9 to 5 office job, they always say you need to get up every half an hour to an hour just to get some movement, because that break does reinvigorate you just a little bit, just enough that you can probably last another hour. So it's the same for gaming. If you're in a big session, you're playing like 10 to 15 games a day, which again, it's a lot of games, but people do it, and I understand that, and it's part of their life. You need to learn to take those breaks. In between a game, go get a drink of water, reset, give yourself some space to reassess the game that you were just in, right? Because if you can look at it with positive, refreshed eyes, you will improve. So I think if you are going for these long gaming sessions and you're finding yourself getting worked up, you're finding yourself getting a little bit tilted, guys, set a reminder in your phone that every hour it nudges you just to go take a break, just to go walk somewhere, go outside. Again, we talk about touching grass, and I tried to do a series on that and I just couldn't do it. This is now technically that. But again, just go out and breathe some fresh air. Go outside for a second. I know you're scared of the sun. I'm scared of it too. I'm a redhead. It's fine. But still, it's so important. So take that time. Walk away from the computer. It's still going to be there when you get back. There's more games to be had. It's fine. It's not going to kill you. Let's get to the fourth point though, which is focus on what you can control. I actually mentioned this sort of down below, sort of right at the start when step 1 and 2. Sort of like, if you can focus the controllables, you don't have to worry about anything else. It is all within your control. And I think so many people get mixed up in being like, oh, this person's done that. Oh, this person's reacting. Why have they done this? How can I do this better? Okay, that last one, right? How can I do this better? What's my next move? What do I have influence over? What is the next step? Thinking in that sort of mindset and actually focusing on, okay, where am I going? What's the objective? What's the goal? How do I get there? What can I do? Will absolutely reset your tilt. You can be like, these guys just keep running. They're running it forward. They're running it down. Cool. Don't worry about that. You worry about yourself. I think I've sort of almost mastered this to a degree, because I'll get into games where I know I've lost the game. I've lost my early game. I have no control, no influence. I'm like, genuinely, what the fuck do I do? And I go, what do I do? And I go, okay, stop. What can I actually do? What is my objective? What is my next goal? How do I come back into this game? 9 times out of 10, it's you sitting in a side lane, farming it up, making sure you're in a better position for the next team fight. If you can't make the next team fight, you need to spam ping your team. You say, nope, wait, I can't do this. I'm not going to be there. You guys can risk it, but I will not be pulled into your bad gameplay. My tilt is for me and only me. It's my job to fix it. So when other people like, you're tilting me, it's like, okay, so what? And then you ask them the question, what can I do better? If they come back with a stupid response like, oh, just play better. Okay, well, it's not that simple. Like, how would you feel if I gave you that same advice? So I think focusing on these, what's my next step? What's the next best move? Keeping that in your mind, even putting a sticky note, again, on your computer, just above is, what's the next step? What can I do? What is next? Where am I going? How do I come back? What's the go? Thinking in this space, this mindset, will help you with your tilt. It will overcome any of that tilt. It's so big. Because at the end of the day, you can only control your own actions. You can't control anyone else in this world. Not for as long as you live. You will never be able to. It is impossible. So stop thinking like you have absolute influence on other people. You just don't. So control the controllables. You will improve. And finally, tip number 5 for overcoming this tilt and staying calm under pressure is you need to turn off that chat. I think so many players out there are like, yo, no, you need chat to be able to talk to your teammates. Look, I'm gonna be devil's advocate and say, no, you don't. There's pings for a reason. You don't need to have this typing choice. If you spend time typing to your team and not playing the game, you're not gonna win. You've already succumbed to the negativity that is the tilt. You have tilted because you've had to type something. If you're typing for a specific reason, saying, we should do this objective, we should do drag, we should rush A, we should do this, that's a different story. But you should not be succumbing to these people talking nonsense in your chat. If they are typing, being like, oh, you're trash, get fucked, kid. That's their frustration. They are 100% projecting their own insecurities, their own frustration onto you because you're a scapegoat. It's easy for other people to blame others than to blame themselves. No one wants to be the bad guy. But again, it comes back to focus. Point number 4, or tip number 4, if you just control your controllables, and one of those controllables is you can turn on and off that chat. If you have chat on and people are being toxic, you literally have to mute them. Just mute all. It is so much easier. Every single coach, pro player, will probably tell you at some point, the way to climb is just to turn off chat, not worry about it, and then just go. Play the game. Do your best. Focus on that. So, big tip there is make sure you are muting toxic players. That will avoid distractions, it will keep your head in the game, and you will just progress so much further if you do that every time. So I think the big question there, or the big action you can take away, is learn to quick mute shortcut for your game and use it proactively. Don't be afraid. Again, League of Legends is really good where they've got it built into your tab function. You can just mute, you can report them in game too. Don't be afraid to do it. I get report notifications all the time because I'm just like, this person was toxic. I don't have to tolerate that. It's not welcome in my experience. Cool. Reported. Turned off chat. Sweet. I have a better game instantly after that. So guys, those are my 5 tips for overcoming tilt and staying calm under pressure. If you'd like more of these guys, there will be plenty more to come. We're going to be doing 1 a week, maybe 2 if we're feeling spicy. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of XP Boost. We'll see you there.